do you like my new helmet? Well, let's see how this, hopefully this will work better for vlogging than my old one. So this is Jim, I live in Texas, I have a new helmet. And just for fun, I'm taking the Ninja out for a little evening ride. Okay, this is probably mostly an audio vlog, because I just have the camera kind of temporarily stuck in this helmet, and I doubt if you'll see very much except the road and the instrument panel. Gotta remember to use the clutch. I'm used to the bike doing that for me. I thought I would make a little bit of a response to Maikeli7's video on what's the perfect age. For a more detailed discussion than we have time for in a vlog, I recommend you go on the web and look up Mark Twain's short story, which is out there. It's called Captain Stormfield's Visit to Heaven. Captain Stormfield was a ship's captain who goes to heaven. He finds heaven quite a bit different than what he thought. And he's talking to the people up there. And he asks the guy, how old are you? And the guy says 72. So Stormfield says, so how long you been up here? And he says, oh, about 30 years. He says, well, then you're 100, are you 102 or what? No, he says, no, I've been here. I was 72 when I got here, and I tried different ages, and I just went back to 72, and I'm just staying here because I like it at the best. And they have a discussion about this very subject. I'm not 72, although probably some of you find that hard to believe. Especially young skulls full of must. I'm looking at you, Toast and LJ, and some of you other young whippersnappers. I would say that at age 58, I can tell you it's better to be, you do get happier as things get older. I'm far more content now and happy now than I was 30 years ago. There's maybe 25 years ago anyway. The 12 years I spent in fighter squadrons are kind of a special episode. Maybe I'll address this episodic versus continuous business that another one of Maikeli7's interesting questions is worth another video of its own. Anyway, I would say that if I could do one thing, I would do like the fellow in that Captain Stormfield met up in heaven. They concluded that people will just kind of revert to age where their mind and body were, especially their mind, was at its strongest. I think my mind was a little bit stronger when I was 50. Certainly my body was way stronger when I was 50 than I am now, and the fact that I'm wearing a new helmet ties into that, and it's a result of destroying my old helmet. And that story is too embarrassing to tell you right now, but I'll probably tell it in the fullness of time. Nothing seriously hurt, no seriously damaged equipment, no seriously damaged body parts, just my ego, seriously damaged. This helmet is like 1,000,000 times quieter than my modular helmet. There's not even any comparison. My modular helmet whistles, it booms and everything, and I'm thinking this should make a lot better video. So the bike is running really well. I really like this bike. My son's been making noises about quote-unquote buying it from me, and I'm happy to help him if he wants a motorcycle. But I think I'm always going to have a Ninja 250 if I can possibly get the finance company approval to keep it. Oh hell, my helmet's not strapped. What I say about your brain not being in peak condition, I got to stop and strap my helmet. Thinking, what's that rattle? It's the helmet strap. Oh, do you remember the clutch? I almost stalled it. I almost didn't pull in the clutch. I'm so used to the clutch just pulling itself in. I'll tell you what, paddle shifters are the way to go. There's no reason any bike should have a manual transmission in this day and age. Okay. being real conservative, because on FJR you can just pop out, but on Ninja you have to kind of plan your moves in advance a little more. You can't rely on 150 horsepower to save you. Anyway, we were talking about what the ideal age is. I would have to say that for you parents out there, I had my old father-in-law, who's passed away now, had I don't know, a whole bunch, like 6 or 8 kids, I forget, but he was always worried. He had so many that even though he lived past 70, he still had kids in the house when he died. He told me he was all worried, you know, what would I do when my kids are out of the house? Well, I have 3 kids, and I'm very fortunate to be on good terms with all of them. I love all 3 of them. I'm real proud of all 3 of them. They've all become productive members of society. I got 1 grandkid, and probably more in the pipeline, I'm guessing. I'm glad they're out of the house. I'm glad they're out of the house. Just makes life ever so much simpler. To stop the credit union, I have an age concern about that. I've had the same ATM card for at least 10 years, and I went into a Sonic today, and they take ATM cards at Sonic, which is one of the things I like about them. They have a real nice, sophisticated setup for doing that. And I couldn't remember the damn code. You know, that's what happens when you get old. I couldn't remember the damn code. Now, in my defense, I'd been in Chuck E. Cheese with my 3-year-old granddaughter's birthday party, and I was about to lose it. Although she had a great time, and it was fun, you know, watching the little kids have fun, but, you know, Chuck E. Cheese, man, if you're over 12, you know, an hour and a half or 2 in there gets pretty long. So I think I remembered it again. I hope so. Yes, good. Thank goodness, I was scared. I really thought that, guess I was just suffering from post-Chuck E. Cheese traumatic stress syndrome, because I was it freaked me, I'll be honest with you. When I couldn't remember that PIN number, I started thinking, am I having a stroke? You know, I feel okay, so I went home and I took a nap for about... Anyway, back to the age issue. Well, I remembered my PIN number. Thank God. I would say the big thing that happens, at least with me, is that I've become a lot calmer the older I get. You know, you kind of get, it really is true, it's a cliche, but it's true, you kind of learn what's important and what's not. Anyway, I think your emotions just dampen down faster and smoother. If you're into, you know, if you're an engineer and you or if you're a mechanical engineer and you have the mass spring balance equation in your mind, or if you're an electrical engineer, you have the capacitor inductor resistance circuits in mind. You know what I mean. Your dampening factor goes up, and so you don't have big emotional swings. At least I don't, not like I used to at all. And that makes for I think that makes for a happier life. It dampens down over time. So 50, that's my vote. 50 is the age to be. And this is Jim, and I'm back home in Texas.